Hey future millionaires, have you ever asked yourself, should you buy a nice house for yourself or perhaps your favorite car? Is paying off your loans the best option, or should you invest the extra money you have? This is where you need to know about the opportunity cost. You often have to make some tough financial decisions like these. And even though you might have already made some, you would have missed making extra money. What do you need to choose and what do you need to let go? Where to spend the money you have earned on one thing or another. Don't think too much, because today I'm going to be talking about one of the important concepts in finance, opportunity cost. But wait, what are opportunity costs in the first place? And how can they help you out in making the best financial decisions? Let's know everything you need to know about opportunity costs. An opportunity cost is the second best alternative, if anything. You buy the best while you let go of the second best alternative and don't buy it or choose it. In simple words, it is something you give up in order to achieve something else. This is where you make choices and pick the best thing in return for your money. For example, when you want to buy a car and stick between two brands, you have to choose the one which you like the most. The one that you buy is the one that gives you maximum satisfaction, while the one that you didn't buy has to go and is called opportunity cost for the car you bought. After knowing the example, you might have deduced that opportunity costs are a strong backbone to personal finance and should not be ignored when you are trying to make monetary decisions. You won't want to choose the second best and leave the best, right? Therefore, we are going to be talking about the three most common opportunity cost situations that you may face in your lifetime. Should you get a 15-year mortgage or a 30-year mortgage? Well, you may think that going with a 15-year mortgage will be the best option, right? To be completely honest with you, I don't really understand why anybody would get a 15-year mortgage. Yeah, I mean, the only argument they have is that they save more in interest, but their opportunity cost, or what they are letting go, is substantially higher, as I'll show in an example. Meaning, if they choose a 15-year mortgage, they will no doubt pay less interest, but they will miss out on the chance to make more money in investment. How? Well, let's find that out. The opportunity cost in the following example is the potential earnings on your money if you go with a 30-year mortgage instead. Okay, so you want to buy a $250,000 home, but should you get a 15-year mortgage or a 30-year mortgage? Let's assume you are putting 20% down, so you're financing $200,000, and the interest rate is, let's say, 3%. Now, if you get a 15-year mortgage, your monthly payment will be about $1,300, and the total cost of your mortgage will end up being about $248,000. Let's switch to the 30-year mortgage. If you get a 30-year mortgage, your monthly payment would be about $800, $500 less than what you were paying in a 15-year mortgage, and the total cost of your mortgage would end up being about $303,000. But how is a 30-year mortgage the right choice to make? Now, somebody that doesn't know anything about opportunity costs or is a beginner would think that the 15-year mortgage is the best option because the total cost is less, right? Well, not quite. If you were to take the 30-year mortgage, you would pay $500 less per month. This is the money you can invest and earn more money in return. You invest $500 at an average rate of return at about 7%. Your investment would be worth $171,000 within 15 years. What's more interesting is if you were able to invest the difference for the entire 30 years, the investment would be about $660,000. So in this example, the opportunity cost of a 15-year mortgage that will save you about $55,000 in interest is potential earnings of $660,000. In simple words, if you choose a 15-year mortgage, you will only save $55,000 and let go $660,000 in waste. Another reason why 15-year mortgages are inferior and less suitable to 30-year mortgages is that roughly 90% of people never even hold a mortgage longer than 11 years. Let's move to the next scenario. Should you pay off your student loans instead of investing? This is the toughest choice to make. On one hand, there are the worst nightmares of paying debt to get rid of, while on the other side, the shining investment option is attractive. There are a lot of finance people out there that will tell you to pay your debt off first before you even think about investing. Get rid of debt and then play with the peace of mind stuff, right? This is not really good advice. Most student loans range from 3 to 5% interest rates. There are some student loans like personal loans that may hover around 7 to 10%. On the other hand, the long given average of the stock market is a 7% return. Therefore, if your student loans are in the range of 3 to 5% interest, there is no reason to pay them off early. The reason is when you pay off a student loan that has a 4% interest rate, you're missing the 3% that you can save in return, getting 7% return in total in the market. Therefore, by paying off the debt first, you are foregoing a potential 3 additional percent. But if you have personal loans that are around a 10% interest rate, then you do want to prioritize paying those off before investing. When you pay off those loans, you're effectively getting a 10% return on your money. Meaning getting rid of the loan first can lead you to pocket the whole 7% return. But if you have personal loans that are around a 10% interest rate, then you do want to prioritize paying off those before investing. When you pay off those loans, you're effectively getting a 10% return on your money, which will beat the average 7% return of the stock market. And here is another scenario. Should you pay off your car loan or invest? Okay, another opportunity cost that may come across in your lifetime, and one that I faced a few years back in my younger years, is this one. I'll use my own life as an example for this one. As I told before in one of the videos, I was irresponsible with my credit cards when I was younger, ended up having bad credit scores. And a few years later, after that, I needed to buy a car. So I got a $4,500 car loan at 14% interest rate because my credit score was that awful. A couple of years ago, I had a lump sum to pay off the remaining $3,000 on the car or invest that money. Well, I did my math and decided to pay off my car, which immediately saved me an additional $1,100 that I would have paid in interest. In that way, I immediately saved 36.67% on my lump sum payment, something that just won't really happen in the stock market too often. This is what I did in my situation. You need to do the math and find out which percentage is more. If the percentage of return is more than interest, go for the investment. And if it is otherwise, pay off the loan first. Now let's do a recap of opportunity cost. Like I said earlier, opportunity costs are important to think about while making any monetary decision. Should you save or should you invest? Should you pay something off or invest? Just because you make a decision doesn't mean it won't cost you. Pockets will never feel opportunity cost, but your heart will when you realize what that money could have earned you. Too many financial advisors, planners, coaches, whatever is out there preach personal finance without batting an eye at opportunity cost. But now you know about opportunity cost, thus you can use your money wisely. You have to know your money inside and out if you want to achieve your financial goals. By now, you might have already figured out the answers to the questions I asked in the beginning. Are you going for the house or the car, or paying off that loan? Now be sure to comment right below, did you know you might be missing money while making financial decisions? Well, now you do. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Twisted Finances and press the bell icon next to it to get the weekly dose of personal finance and advice. Until the next video, stay tuned.